Okay, so let's put that in slow motion. Now, there is a unique characteristic that I think is exaggerated more with long drive athletes, such as Matt here. And that is as the golf club is approaching the golf ball, really how their body moves into impact. And we're going to see the longest have this huge, big push back and up.
Yes.
Now, I did some videos with Carl Berkshire a couple of weeks ago, who's the world long drive champion a couple of times. You're a champion yourself in your own regard, only hitting it slightly less distance than him, but the similarities between you are uncanny. It's just like how much the body is moving back and up into impact, right? So we will put Matt and Kyle's swing up on the screen at the same time so you can see how similar they are as the golf club's moving into impact. But what I want you to do, mate, is talk about this and why you do that to try and get more power.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of what we see there is a reaction. So it's a reaction for us pushing and leveraging the ground with our lead foot, and the ground in some instance pushing back at us. So which is where you'll see the term ground reaction forces come from. So as we're loading up the lead side in our backswing and we're kind of increasing the flexion in our lead knee, we're preparing for the push in transition, which is then going to increase the club head speed. So it's going to increase the velocity of the head as we're pushing back and up. And similar to like we referred to before with that kind of slingshot effect, it's really firing the hands, firing the club head out away from the body, which is going to increase that speed potential. Yeah.
Maximus.
Exactly.
So if you set up to the ground here for me, I want you to make a swing where there would be no backing up.
Okay.
Right. So might see a similar move to what you would notice around your golf club at home here, guys, but you're going to see that the chest and the head is going to move forward through the ball and you're probably going to fall forward as well. Yeah, exactly. You can see very buckled legs. Now, if you see this or you are doing this yourself, you need to work on getting a little bit more of this back and up feel. For the players at home to work on this, if they see that they're staying down and buckled leg, what could they do?
I really like the thought of just kind of honing in on your lead leg, potentially increasing the amount that you would jump back a little bit, and then see if that transfers to a smaller degree within your swing. Doesn't necessarily have to be hitting balls all the time, but sometimes you can just spin your drive around so you've got the light grip end at this end and just swing with your lead arm. So as we're looking at kind of lead arm, lead leg engagement, we can think about trying to move this thing and jump out the way with our lead leg. So it makes it a lot easier for me to transfer these skills without having to think about hitting the golf ball all the time. And I'm going to be moving this thing a lot faster because it's obviously lighter. So kind of loading up my backswing, loading up my lead leg, and then pushing out the way with my lead hip.
And notice when Matt does do that, see how his back foot actually slides back and away. And that's just because essentially he's applying so much force into the ground that it's actually, as he then releases into the golf ball, he's actually jumping off. Now, it may seem like that is a very uncontrolled move to a lot of you, but at the end of the day, what this does do, assuming that you got good setup and backswing pieces, it just allows you to really exert as much force into that club head and get the most amount of whip effect without it.
Absolutely,
So turning the golf club upside down, doing one-handed swing, feeling like at the moment of impact, you're almost releasing that front side.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you're moving down into impact, as this grip end is approaching the imaginary golf ball, you're feeling like your leg is pushing back and away from you, like you're jumping back with your left foot. And sometimes it slides in this kind of rainbow trace, this rainbow pattern. And it's easier to do with just your lead arm with a lightweight golf club because you're trying to open your chest up, stay in your side bend, and let this thing push back.
Yeah, perfect. And you can see as Matty does that, and we'll put that in slow motion, how similar that is to those actual shots that he was hitting. So why don't you go ahead, mate, and I want you to do a couple more of those practice swings there and then hit a drive down there for us, recreating that same.
I'll show you a couple of these drills and then we'll see if we can get that into the swing.
Perfect. Notice how his front leg, as he does that, goes from a relaxed position to more of a bent and then a very extended position through our golf ball. Into the ball, let's see it. put that in slow motion right there, guys. If you want to get more power and distance and hit up on the golf ball, learn how to extend the lead side through impact, and you'll get so much more out of your drives.
Thanks for watching this video. YouTube thinks that you would benefit from watching this one next. So click that card and it could be the tip that you need to take your game to the next level. I'll see you next time.